Homeless man sits in the same spot for 3 years until one woman changes his life forever. Ginger Sprouse had always avoided homeless people and wondered why they didn't get jobs. It was something she didn't like about herself, so she decided to change. One day, she offered food and blankets to a homeless man named Victor Hubbard. More than that, she listened to his story. He ended up on the streets after his mother left him, and Ginger started regularly bringing him supplies. One cold December night, she simply could not leave Victor on the streets. She brought him home for the night, and that one night turned into forever. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. A woman has helped to change a homeless man's life in a matter of months by setting up a Facebook page after discovering why he stood on the same street corner every day. Every day, residents of Kemah, Texas, passed the man as he stood between NASA Road and El Camino Real, staring as they drove by. Ginger Sprouse was admittedly one of those people. Ginger Sprouse, a married mother and owner of Art of the Meal, which offers cooking classes and private parties, drove past 32-year-old Victor Hubbard on the corner of El Camino Real and NASA Road 1 no matter the weather. She probably saw Hubbard at least 4 times a day. Each time, she wondered why he was there. The corner was the last place Mr. Hubbard saw his mother, and he would wait there for her to return. He was homeless and suffering from mental health issues when Mrs. Sprouse first started to offer him help and had been waiting on the corner for 3 years. It really began to concern me, and then I talked to a lot of people in the community, and a lot of people wondered what was the deal, Sprouse told CBS Houston affiliate KHOU. I began to get more and more concerned as I knew winter was coming, and I thought, so what's going to happen now? Ms. Sprouse told My Bay Area Radio, explaining one day, in late December, she finally decided to roll down her window and ask. Soon, she started visiting Mr. Hubbard on her lunch break, and they had struck up a friendship. So, he and I started talking about maybe how he would feel about sometimes coming to my house to get out of the bad weather, and that's how we started. Hubbard began to talk about his history, explaining that his mom left him, he's been battling mental illness, and he doesn't have a place to live. Sprouse felt for the man and decided to share his story with the world on a Facebook page called This is Victor. It's been quite the journey, she said. She created This is Victor as a way for the community to get to know Mr. Hubbard better and to take part in getting him the help he needed. In her first post, Miss Sprouse wrote, "I drove by Victor's corner at least 4 times a day. I listen to people talking around town and keep hearing, someone needs to do something about that guy. So I decided I would be the organizer and hope that we as a community can be someone together." She said slowly but surely, the page started to take off. Dozens of people volunteered to help the man, and Sprouse led the charge. She cooked meals, washed clothes, helped him set up appointments with a mental health professional, and welcomed him into her home, and has given him a job in her business's kitchen. As people began to show their support in kind, she created a GoFundMe page, encouraging people to donate to help the sweet gentleman get back on his feet. Within 2 months, Hubbard received more than $14,700 in donations, and over 200 people showed up to a recent block party to show their support for the man they had seen on the same corner every day. "She came around and she kind of saved me. It's like grace," Mr. Hubbard said of Miss Sprouse on KHOU.com. The Facebook page has been liked by more than 15,000 people and has a stream of comments from locals expressing their relief that Mr. Hubbard is receiving care, while updates are regularly posted by Miss Sprouse, including videos about his improvements and messages he has recorded for his friends. The community has also responded by helping Mr. Hubbard get clothes, eye tests, and to be seen by doctors, and the local fire station has vowed to oversee his medication needs. Miss Sprouse and her family are currently working to get him sheltered accommodation. Since the publicity of the Facebook page and community project, Miss Sprouse was able to get in touch with one of Mr. Hubbard's uncles and was eventually able to help him see his mother again. "I got to talk to her, and I really feel like I accomplished something," Mr. Hubbard told the TV station. Without Sprouse's help, Hubbard would still be standing on that street corner, and Sprouse wouldn't have a valued employee and new friend. "He's a smiling, happy addition to my team," Sprouse said. "I'm so proud." In a different story, man saves 2.4 million babies by donating blood every week for 60 years. Most people, when they retire, get a gold watch. James Harrison deserves so much more than that. Harrison, known as the man with the golden arm, has donated blood nearly every week for 60 years. After all those donations, the 81-year-old Australian man retired Friday. The occasion marked the end of a monumental chapter. According to the Australian Red Cross Blood Service, he has helped save the lives of more than 2.4 million Australian babies. Harrison's blood has unique disease-fighting antibodies that have been used to develop an injection called anti-D, which helps fight against rhesus disease. This disease is a condition where a pregnant woman's blood actually starts attacking her unborn baby's blood cells. In the worst cases, it can result in brain damage or death for the babies. Here's why. The condition develops when a pregnant woman has rhesus-negative blood, Rhd negative, and the baby in her womb has rhesus-positive blood, Rhd positive, inherited from its father. If the mother has been sensitized to rhesus-positive blood, usually during a previous pregnancy with a rhesus-positive baby, she may produce antibodies that destroy the baby's foreign blood cells. That could be deadly for the baby. Harrison's remarkable gift of giving started when he had major chest surgery when he was just 14, the Australian Red Cross Blood Service said. Blood donations saved his life, so he pledged to become a blood donor. A few years later, doctors discovered his blood contained the antibody which could be used to create anti-D injections. So he switched over to making blood plasma donations to help as many people as possible. Doctors aren't exactly sure why Harrison has this rare blood type, but they think it might be from the transfusions he received when he was 14 after his surgery. He's one of no more than 50 people in Australia known to have the antibodies, the blood service says. Every bag of blood is precious, but James's blood is particularly extraordinary. His blood is actually used to make a life-saving medication given to moms whose blood is at risk of attacking their unborn babies. Every batch of anti-D that has ever been made in Australia has come from James's blood, Falkenmeyer said, and more than 17% of women in Australia are at risk, so James has helped save a lot of lives. Anti-D, produced with Harrison's antibodies, prevents women with rhesus-negative blood from developing Rhd antibodies during pregnancy. More than 3 million doses of anti-D have been issued to Australian mothers with negative blood types since 1967. Even Harrison's own daughter was given the anti-D vaccine. That resulted in my second grandson being born healthy, Harrison said, and that makes you feel good yourself that you saved a life there, and you saved many more, and that's great. The discovery of Harrison's antibodies was an absolute game changer, Australian officials said. In Australia, up until about 1967, there were literally thousands of babies dying each year. Doctors didn't know why, and it was awful. Women were having numerous miscarriages and babies were being born with brain damage. Gemma Falkenmeyer of the Australian Red Cross Blood Service told CNN in 2015. Australia was one of the first countries to discover a blood donor with this antibody, so it was quite revolutionary at the time. That would be more than 2 million lives, according to the Blood Service, and for that, Harrison is considered a national hero in Australia. He's won numerous awards for his generosity, including the Medal of the Order of Australia, one of the country's most prestigious honors. It becomes quite humbling when they say, "Oh, you've done this, or you've done that, or you're a hero," Harrison said. "It's something I can do. It's one of my talents. Probably my only talent is that I can be a blood donor." Now that Harrison has given his last blood donation, in Australia, you can't donate blood past the age of 81. Falkenmeyer and others hope people with similar antibodies in their blood will step up and donate. All we can do is hope there will be people out there generous enough to do it, and selflessly, in the way he's done, she said. If you enjoyed the video, kindly give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, and share with others. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.